Hello everyone, our group is 26 and today the topic we want to talk about is wearable devices. We will make a short introduction and discuss on the categorizations. After showing some applications, we will finally give a conclusion. So what is wearable devices? Wearable devices, as the name suggests, are technologies with digital sensors that can be worn in various ways on the body. They may rely on short-range wireless systems such as Bluetooth or local Wi-Fi to collect and deliver information about their surroundings. The most common one is smartwatches and activity trackers. The connectivity between these devices and mobile phones makes them easy to be controlled. Since they can track useful information and report it to us, we can become fully aware of our surroundings. In addition, the engagement of this real-time data will spur us to work harder, and in some way or another, it will improve our life qualities. In recent 10 years, more and more people tend to use wearable devices since its convenience. The market shows that wearable devices had 125 million worldwide shipments last year, and 82% of users said it enhanced their lives one way or another. So it's foreseen that in next decades, wearable computing will have a substantial progress.
So, what kind of wearable devices do we have at the market? The most famous one is medical wearable devices. In the field of health medical, wearable device usually refer to the portable device that can be worn on the body or integrated into the clothes of the user. They are usually lightweight, low power, connectable, and often used to collect and process health and situation data. The analyst function is loaded with standard communication module. Wearable devices have the ability to flexibly collect data according to different needs, and they are easy to use and carry. They break through the limitation of time and space, making it possible for user and patient to obey medical service anytime and anywhere.
Okay, let's move on to the second area. In this area, I will introduce three features and benefits used in the sports area for the wearable device. The first is iron watching. When we do our exercise, the smart things will record our data and calculate them to give us feedback how we will perform. And the second is the monitoring. Rather than it will monitoring our sports behavior, but also it will alert if our body happens with anomaly, like if the blood pressure in the short time sharply increase, it will allow us that we should not perform this exercise. And the third is it can make us to make comparison with our history data, in which the sportsman can make improvements of their work.
The third category is entertainment. It's defined as providing amusement or pleasure to the users, including digital media playings or some kind of games. As everybody knows, in recent years, we have seen a good amount of innovation in the gaming areas. The technology of augmented reality let us get more in touch with games. They improve the experiences they are providing their consumers with. For example, a band can vibrate with music's rhythms or let us feel our heartbeats. Or some gloves can help golf players with a better swing. Except that some wearable devices may help people to capture their valuable instants, like the whole progress of bungee jumping. However, most of these are still expensive, and for children, it will be too attractive to distract their studies.
Okay, I will talk about applications and safety. All the related projects are mainly focused on location tracking, especially for the elderly, disabled, and children. Hero is the first GPS tracking watch for children. A panic alert could be sent when children feel danger. Parents could set a safe zone so that they will be informed when their children cross the boundary. Like Hero, the body tag is also a location tracking watch, but it could also prevent drowning, and it has a personal ID to help to reunite the lost children and their parents. Omate and Nail Block is very popular now because it has the most powerful functions compared with other wearable watches. It has SOS alerts, a two-way voice and video chatting, and location tracking. With the built-in SIM card, the tracking could be provided by GPS, Wi-Fi, and cellular network. The GPS Smart Solid could help the people suffering from the memory impairment and those elderly because it fits easily into the most adult shoes and allows you to monitor the location.
Next, let's look at some real products in the market. I believe Google Glass might be the most famous application of wearable devices. It can be retrospect to early 13th century. The first ever wearable eyeglasses was invented to help Emperor Nero better see his gladiator fights. Google Glass will be the aftermath of the first wearable glasses 700 years later. It is designed to use techniques called liquid crystal on silicon to display information in a glass to let wearer feel both the real and virtual world. It can be controlled by a touchpad or by natural language voice commands. It uses a camera as an input to analyze what people have seen and display useful information to them. So, although Google announced that it would stop producing the Google Glass prototype due to some privacy and safety issues, its design is still prospective and forward in the field of wearable devices.
After discussion with the cool things, Google Glass, let's move on to the next thing, which is wearable sport band. Rather than it will provide you a watch function, which is time reminder, it also will give you another bonus. The first one is it become your monitor. Rather than it will monitor your performance and exercise, it will also monitor your physical status, like blood pressure, heart rate, something like else. And the second is it become your data manager. You don't want to record by yourself by hand your history data, like the velocity, how performance will into the computer. It is very complex, but wearing the wearable sports band, it will help you. The third is health builder. With the health builder, it will alert you if your body has some alumni, or it will let you to do exercise if you stay a static status for a long time.
Okay, the last part is about Apple Watch. Apple Watch are a line of smartwatches designed and developed by Apple company. It incorporates fitness tracking and health-oriented capabilities with iOS system. Apple Watch relies on Bluetooth to perform many of its default functions. It has 10 features which would reduce our dependence on our cell phones, as is shown in this picture. Except for messaging and calling, Apple Watch has many functions such as Apple Pay, fitness tracking, and digital touch communication remote control. Some functions are quite useful. Now we will provide a demo for the usage of Apple Watch.
Apple Watch is a cool assistant that makes our daily life more convenient. The digital crown is a knob on the watch right edge. Press it, and all the applications will show on the screen. You can zoom in and choose which application you want to use. Apple Watch has many applications which will reduce the dependency on our cell phone. Like other smartwatches, Apple Watch can send a message or make a call. Press the phone buttons and you can call a friend like this. And you can also text your friends. You can use voice input. Hello. You can use emoji or digital touch message to show your feeling right now. And with Apple Watch, you don't need your phone to check your location and the weather anymore. You can use the map and weather applications, and they can tell you your current location and the weather you want to know. With Apple Pay on your iWatch, you don't need your phone or car when you are doing shopping. All you have to do is to choose the wallet application, double click, and hold your watch close to the payment reader. It's very convenient. Also, Apple Watch has a heart rate sensor. It will help keep track your well-being. And the activities application could collect the data on all your movement in the day, whether it's standing, moving, or running, and promote you to get up when you have been sitting too long. You can also get goals, and the application show your progress. The Apple Watch even give you reward for achieving your goal. However, there's still many space for the producer of the wearable devices to improve their product. Wearable device has poor endurance, and they should last at least 1 week for one charge. The change of power consumption is mainly caused by the screen. Also, wearable device is not light enough, not small enough, not strong enough, and the users still feel their existence. The current products actually add burden on the users, and it will lead to the loss of the users. Except for technical problems, the public's emphasis on privacy is undoubtedly one of the reasons why Google Glass failed. Google Glass is banned from many coffee shops in the United States because it can be used to take photos and videos without others' permission. It's difficult to achieve a balance between the development of wearable device and the protection of privacy. It's like a social convention. People need to understand it and adapt to it. It's not about technology, but about people. Apart from this, many applications need to work hard on expanding the application scenario. At present, many products are only intelligent sensor carrier, which just record the data of the user's life. Wearable devices do not show an appreciable advantage compared with smartphones. In the future, the device should provide personal value-added service and be more interoperable in medical health and other aspects.
Thank you for watching.